everyone. Hello, Elizabeth. Are you able to hear me okay? I'm glad that you are here. We're going to go ahead and get started because it's already 5:30. And hi, I can see you now. How are you? You can click the mute button if you want to talk, or the unmute button. It's where the microphone is. That's okay. We're going to go ahead and start. Hopefully more will join us. We have a lot of students in our class, but I don't know where they are. So we're just going to go ahead and begin. So let me see here. Are you able to see my screen okay? Do you have your civics packet and a pencil?
Please.
There we go. I just unmuted you. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and continue because this is also a recording. It will be on YouTube for anybody who was not able to join us today. So we're going to just go ahead and move along. Let me see, somebody didn't get their Zoom link. Hold on. Okay, hopefully she'll get her link. So we're going to go ahead and begin here. Did you already sign up for Remind? Let me see here. Okay. So hopefully I think you're on my Remind, Elizabeth, right? And are you on Edmodo also? Yeah, I'm gonna unmute you here. Okay. And did you already pick up your packet?
Please?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, good.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And did you pick up your, oh, you're doing your English online.
English online, right? Yes.
Yes, very good.
Yes, very good.
And last week, let's see if you came to class last week. You didn't come last week, right?
Semana pasada, no.
Right, no. Did you watch the video?
No, the paquete, no.
Okay. So I made of our class, and I'm going to show you. Let me show you a different screen here. If you go on to YouTube, let me find where my YouTube is. Okay, it's not here. Here it is.
Here it is.
Okay. So if you go
Okay.
onto YouTube,
So if you go onto YouTube
and you look for Sandra
look
DeSena,
for Sandra DeSena,
you can find the classes.
the classes from last week.
So this was the beginning, the class at the beginning. Hold on, I need to send the link to somebody who didn't get it. Just a minute, I'm going to stop sharing for a moment. It looks like some people didn't get my email. So I'm going to send this to somebody. Please wait just a second. Okay, sorry about that. Let me just let her know I sent it. Okay. So you can watch the classes on YouTube. If for some reason you missed the class, then I'll send you a link in your email and you can watch the video. So that was what I just showed you on YouTube. Let me see if you did your quiz. Yeah, you did your quiz already on Edmodo. Good for you. Very good. So we're going to get started in the packet. So if you want to open to this page in your packet, I think it's lesson 2. And we're going to be talking about some important vocabulary to help us to do to fill out a job application. So when you want to get a job, then we fill out a job application. Let me see, I'm trying to find something here. So it's important to know about work skills. And that means what you can do at work. So what are some things that you're able to do at work? For example, as a teacher, I can teach students, I make my lessons, I correct papers. These are some of my work skills. And then also what is important are personal qualities. Personal qualities. So that means your characteristics, like, are you patient? Are you friendly? Are you helpful? All of these are personal qualities that an employer looks for when they want to choose somebody for a job. And an employer is the person who gives you the job. Right, I see Elsie's here. Hi, Elsie. So if Elsie has a business and she wants Elizabeth to work for her, then Elsie will be the employer and Elizabeth will be the employee because she's working for Elsie. To be a good employee, you need to be organized, right? You need to be reliable so that people can depend on you. They know that you'll be there on time. They know that you'll do a good job. That's all being reliable. And you need to follow directions. So what your boss tells you to do, then you do it just like your boss says. You do everything right. That's following directions. It's important to be on time and that you're good at something, that you know how to do something well. Oops, hold on a second. Let me go to the next page now. You can be following in your packet. Have your packet with you. Oh, let's see, I'm learning how to use these markers on my whiteboard. I didn't know that they'll stay here when I turn the page. That's not so good. Okay, so here we can see some different types of jobs. And we're going to look at the job skills and the personal qualities that you need in order to do these jobs. So let's look at the first one. We have a construction worker here. Construction worker. We have a hairstylist. And Elsie, I think your microphone is on. I'm going to mute you so that we don't hear that. Okay. An auto mechanic, a registered nurse, preschool teacher, computer specialist, nursing aide. And now we're going to look at those and see what their job skills and personal qualities are. So let's see here. The first one, cares for sick people, serves food, is caring, and is helpful. Which one do you think that is? Let's look back at the screen. Who do you think that would be? You can use your microphone if you want to. Anybody have an idea?
Yeah, okay. Nursing aide.
Right, the nursing aide. Good job.
Good job.
Right.
That would be the nursing aide. So on that page,
Okay.
then you will write
Then you will write
nursing aide. It will go right here at the top.
Right here at the top.
Right there, nursing
Right
aide.
there, nursing aid.
I think I can type
I
it
can
in.
type it in here also.
Okay.
There we go. So just
There
write
we go.
nursing
Just
aide.
write nursing aid.
Let's look at the next
Let's
one
look
now.
at the next one now.
Job skills.
Job
Gives
skills.
physical
Gives
exams,
physical exams,
treats illnesses,
treats illnesses,
personal qualities,
personal qualities,
solves problems
solves
fast,
problems fast,
and explains things clearly. Who do you think that could be? Let's go back again. Who would that be?
Physical exam, nursing. No, registered nurse. Nurse.
A registered nurse,
registered
right? That looks
nurse,
good.
right?
Let's go back here. And we'll write registered nurse. Okay, we'll look at the next one. We have can test car parts, can fix cars, follows directions, is organized. Who would that be? Which one would that be?
Which one would that be?
Is C?
Right, C,
Right.
auto
C,
mechanic.
auto mechanic.
So we're going to go ahead and type auto mechanic here. Auto mechanic. So the rest of these you can do on your own. Okay, so you can do these by yourself. Later, we're going to go ahead and keep on going. So we have a lot of things that we need to cover. And let me erase these other things here because there we go. Okay, so now we're on lesson 3, and we're going to look at something called want ads. And a want ad is, the right color here. Okay, a want ad is a place where you go to look for a job. Sometimes you can find them in the newspaper. So when you get the newspaper, then you look for the classified ads. They can also be called want ads, and that's where you'll find job openings. So you might look for something like job opportunities or help wanted or employment. These are all words that you can use to help you find where the job advertisements are. And lots of times there will be abbreviations. So like, for example, if you see PT, oops. If you see PT, then that means part-time, not full-time, but part-time. So we're going to look at some of the abbreviations that we can find in, whoops, hold on, I skipped it. Oh boy, where am I? Okay, here we go. So we're going to look at some of the different abbreviations that we can find in job applications. So we can see that we might have temp, that would mean temporary, right? Or this one right here, this means evenings after 5 p.m. Like right now, we would say that's evening. If you see pref, that means preferred. That means that it's good to have, but it's not necessary. It could be experience, it could be some education that they like you to have the job, but you don't have to have that. And if you can see how much you would make. So this, for example, says $10 per hour. If you see a K like that, that means 1,000. So 14K means 14,000. Sal, that means salary, how much money you make. WPM would be words per minute. So that would like have to do with typing, how many words per minute you can type. If you see perm, then that means permanent. The job is for a long time. It's not temporary. If you see this abbreviation, that means no experience. You don't have to have experience. It can be your first time. And if you see rec, that means required. You have to have that. If you see this, $400 per week, that slash means per. And we've got this abbreviation here means benefits. That means like medical, maybe vision or dental, different types of insurance that they offer. And M to F, that means Monday through Friday. Those are the days of the job. Clear this again. Okay, so we're going to look at some advertisements here. And we are going to understand what it is that they are asking for. So for example, we're going to just do this first one here, where it says restaurant cashier. And we're going to rewrite it without any abbreviations. So let's look at the first part right here. So PT, what does that mean? What do we need to write for that? And you can use your microphone.
Part-time.
Yes, it means part-time. So we'll write part-time. And then what about the XREC? What does that mean?
Experience required.
Yes, experience required.
Required.
Very good. So we'll go ahead and put that down. And then what does this next, what does that next part mean there?
It's salary.
Yes, that's the salary. So that's $9 per hour, right?
Yes.
So we'll write $9 per hour. And at the bottom, then that's just who we're supposed to call, right?
Call Mr. Deals.
Mm-hmm. And there's this phone number. We don't need to write that down because there aren't any abbreviations there. Okay, and the other one you can do on your own to practice, the one about office help. So we'll go ahead and continue. Okay, so these are some questions that we might ask about a job opening. We might say, what is the job title? Or we could ask, what is the salary? Is it a full-time or a part-time job? Or how do you apply for this job? Is any experience necessary or required? And does this job offer benefits? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and practice asking those. So I'm going to have Elizabeth, you'll do the ones over here, numbers 1, 3, and 5. And Elsie, you'll ask questions 2, 4, and 6, just to practice our speaking.
Okay.
Can you read number 1 for us, Elizabeth?
Yes. What is the job title?
Title. Very good.
Title.
Good. Elsie, can you read number 2? Ask that question.
Ask that question.
What is the salary?
What is the salary?
Is it a full-time or part-time job?
Okay. How do you apply for this job?
Is any experience required?
Does this job offer benefits?
Very good. Great job reading those. So those are important questions to practice for when you are going to apply for a job, so that you can ask the employer those questions. So those are important to practice. So now we're going to look at a job application, and we're going to see what types of things you need to know to fill one out. So it's important to remember that you need to print or type your application. Don't use handwriting or cursive, but print neatly with a pen. Don't use a pencil. If you make a mistake, then just ask for a new one, and they can give you a new application. If you can't answer the question, then you put that NA. That means not applicable. It doesn't apply to you. And if you see somewhere on the application where it says, do not fill out the section, we're right here for office use only. So you don't do that part. That's for the employer to do. Okay, and then when you write the date, you write the month first. Don't write the day first, but you write the month first. So for example, right here, April 25th, 2011, the month comes first. When you write your name on an application, usually you write your last name first, and then your first name. Your telephone number, you write the area code first, and then your phone number. You write down the position that you would like. So maybe cashier or teacher's aide or waitress or whatever the name of the position is. And the salary that you would like. How much money do you want to make? Maybe you don't really know, and then you can just write the word open. That means that whatever they want to give you, then that's fine. So here's an example of a job application. And we can, let me erase this here, okay. We can see the last name first, and then the first name. Oh, look, that looks like Elsie. And the middle name comes next. You can write your social security number. If you don't have a social security number, then you just write NA, just like this. You write NA. Any information that you don't have, you write NA. Okay, then you write the date. Remember to write the month first. You write your full address. Here's the date, zip code, and your phone number, remembering to include the area code. If you don't have a business phone, you just write NA. You can write your cell phone. What type of position? Like this one is for a medical assistant. And, oops, and the salary desired. Here they wrote open, and the date available. When can you start working? That's the date that you write there. So in your packet, you have a page that looks like this without all of these marks on it. Get rid of these marks. Okay, I got to get better at using my Zoom because, yeah. Okay, so you have a page that looks like this, and you need to practice filling out your application. So this is part of your homework, to fill out your application, just like I showed you. And right, so you're going to go ahead and fill that out. If you can make it up, if you need to make something up, don't write your social security number on it because, you know, that's private information. So you don't need to write that. But go ahead and fill out all of the other things on your paper. And this will be homework for you to complete this page. And we have a little bit of time left, so we're going to keep on going here. And I'm going to share with you a little bit about how education works in the United States. Because in the United States, it's a little bit different than in some other countries. Children here, they start school when they're 5 years old. They go to kindergarten, and that's part of elementary school. So the first year is called kindergarten, and then they are in grades. They go to first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, sixth grade. Then after 6th grade, they go to middle school. And we also call that junior high school. It's the same thing. That would be for 7th grade and 8th grade. So they go there for 2 years, and then they start high school. And they go there for 4 years. And we actually call them different. When they're in 9th grade, we say freshman, and then sophomore, junior, senior. And then they graduate. When they graduate, they get a high school diploma. If they don't get a diploma, then they can take a test called, and if they pass the test, they can get a GED, or graduate equivalency diploma. Some of our students at Fontana Adult School are working on their GED, so they can get the diploma. Then after high school, they can go to vocational school, where they learn a trade, like maybe to be a mechanic or a welder or something like that, to learn a skill. And that usually takes 6 months to 2 years. And then they'll get a certificate. Sometimes they go to community college after high school, and that they can go to for 2 years. And when they graduate, they get an associate's degree. Sometimes after high school, they'll go to a 4-year college or to a university. Some nearby us, we have Cal State San Bernardino. We have UC Riverside. Those are some colleges and universities. Or they can go 2 years to community college and then transfer to university. And when they graduate, they get a bachelor's degree. And they can study some more. If they want to, they can go to graduate school. And when they graduate, they get what's called a master's degree. And if they keep on studying, they can study for a doctorate degree. That's a PhD. And that's the highest kind of degree that we have in the United States, is a PhD. So on your paper, I'm going to erase these again. We're going to go ahead and fill this out about the different types of schooling that we have here in the US. So the first type of school that children go to is called elementary school, right? So we can see it already says elementary. Right here, elementary. And how many years do they go to elementary school? Do you remember? How many years do children go to elementary school? They start at kindergarten, right? So there's kindergarten.
Oh,
And then there's the 6th grades. 6th grade. So
okay.
the 7 years. They go 7 years. Because they start with kindergarten, right? So that's 7
Okay.
years. In the grades, that would be kindergarten to 6th grade. So we can write it like that, K to 6. And they don't get a diploma for going to elementary school.
Okay.
After elementary school, where do they go? Where do children go?
Middle school?
Yeah, middle school. And we also call that junior high. So I'll put both of them down. Gonna move this over a little bit.
Seven.
School or junior high, and that's for 2 years.
Okay.
And what grades is that?
78.
Yes. 7 and 8. And do they get a diploma?
No. Certificate?
No. Maybe
Okay.
the school might give a certificate, but they don't get a diploma.
Okay.
Okay, so how about after middle school? Where do they go?
High school?
Yes. High school for how many years?
4.
Yep, 4 years. And what grades? 9 to 12, right? Do they get a diploma?
Yes.
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Okay, so after high school, they can go to vocational school, right? And that could be like 6 months to 2 years.
Okay.
And do they get a degree?
Yes, and the associate degree.
Not for vocational school. They'll get a certificate. They get a
Okay.
certificate for vocational school.
Okay.
And where else can they go? They could go to community college, right?
Okay.
Like maybe Chaffey or Crafton Hills or Riverside Community. And how many years do you go to community college?
Okay.
2 years.
Right, 2 years. And do you get a degree?
Yes.
Yes. Associate degree.
Yes, associate degree. Okay, so the rest of this you can fill out on your own because we're running out of time. And this is some extra practice as well. Let me get rid of this here. So this is to practice the vocabulary. So you can do this for homework to practice the words that we learned.
Okay.
And then you can fill out your education. Well, actually, this one, you're filling out somebody else's education first. So this is about Millie. Let me turn off. Okay. So this is about Millie and about her education. So you need to fill in the chart about where she went to high school, how many years, all the information about Millie's education after reading here, and you'll fill in the chart. So that you can do for homework. And I think we'll stop there. This is a good place to stop. So you have lots of things to work on. And keep doing your English homework as well. You guys are doing great. Do you have any questions before we end our class?